Cleveland Cavaliers are currently sitting only a game and a half away from being a top 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. However, after beating the Brooklyn Nets over the weekend, they are about to face the toughest stretch in the East with 3 upcoming games against Detroit, Boston, and then Philadelphia. How many wins do y'all think they can get or steal over this stretch? And I think Harden should be – I know his finger was hurt.
He's out tonight, too.
I don't know what he did to his finger.
Him and Mitchell, he had a fracture, I think.
Yeah, on his
thumb. I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
From the strip club?
Non-shooting.
More money.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, yeah, man. What y'all think, man? How with 3-0, 1-2, 0-3? What we looking at?
They are winning tonight. They're at 104-99 against Detroit with I think about 5 minutes left. I think it's possible for them to win 2 of these games. They can get Philly and Detroit. I think that Philly is there to be gotten. I think Boston is a tough team to beat, though. I think that Boston Celtics defense is going to be tough. I don't know if Mitchell is going to be back either. I don't know how long Mitchell is out. I got to check. But Harden has a broken thumb. That's what it is. And Mitchell is out as well. I don't think he's playing tonight.
Well, he's playing at Magic City, or according to RFK Masters.
Yeah, he's playing on Magic.
He was putting up numbers. He was putting up numbers in the strip club. But
he is playing tonight. I'm sorry. He is playing tonight. Sorry about that. I didn't look at the score. Mitchell is out, but Harden is playing. Harden got 16, 6, and 6. My bad. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm. They well, you know, it's I think that so what's interesting about the Cavs is that I mean they went toe to toe without Harden and Mitchell against Detroit. What was it, Friday? That was a 3-point win. So that roster, in terms of how they play and the chemistry they have, is pretty good. It'll be interesting to see how integrating Harden and Mitchell back into that after this sort of stretch that they've been out not playing with them. But you know, this is a game Detroit can come back and steal. I think they were down 193 in the last game with about 5 minutes left, and they managed to come back and won that one. But I think out of the 3, I think they could. I'll say 2-1, man. I think they can probably go 2-1, especially if they go ahead and hold on and win tonight. I can see them taking out Philly, of course, because we don't know if Embiid's going to play or not. But that can be one that they'll win. And honestly, Shelton, I think they can probably get Boston too, bro.
They might could. I just look at Boston's defense. That's what I think. Boston can give people fits when it matters. So that's the thing that. Go ahead.
I say 1 and 2. Only Philly probably they'll get the W against. Like you said, if Boston playing defense like they need to, Sheldon, then they're gonna win. If they hitting their threes, they're gonna win it. Definitely. That's really the determining factor for Boston. Or the threes falling or not. So, I mean, they can have a good shooting night against Cleveland, especially if Mitch and Harden may be there. But I mean, yeah, I think they go 1 and 2 in this stretch. I ain't no big believer in the Cavs as of yet. I still need to see Donovan Mitchell and James Harden do it in the postseason. I know that they've been performing well since he got there, but I mean, that's a nothing burger to me.
I would have saw them going 2-1 in this road trip, but if they could win this Detroit game, I got them 3-0. That Boston game is in Cleveland, nationally televised. That's where Harden and Mitchell shine. You know what I mean? A Sunday afternoon game. They about to go crazy. They still at that point where teams haven't been able to really game plan for them yet, right? Teams coming up on the Cavs. They seem like they don't necessarily know how to deal with that Mitchell Harden dynamic yet. In the playoffs, I will speak about that. I'm sure it'll be different. But right now in the regular season, they're the perfect type of team to take you off guard. You know what I mean? Beat you by 15, 20 before you even know it. That Jared Allen, you know what I mean? Evan Mobley, like they coming at you. You know what I mean? So for regular season, these is Mitchell and Harden are 2 regular season wonders. They gonna go crazy. So I think they could. I got 3-0 if they pull out this Detroit game. You know what I mean? Because I'm shocked. I thought they were gonna lose this one. So that the fact that they up in the 4th, I'm shocked. So if they can win that one, 3-0 for sure.
I think the thing is the bigger, more looming question really is about Donovan Mitchell, right? Superstar, star, whatever you want to label him as. Is this a make or break year for him? Meaning that if he doesn't lead the Cavs on a deep playoff run, will his Nick says superstar status be questioned? And he also
is he a superstar? I don't think. First of all, I don't think Donovan Mitchell is a superstar, and that's the reason that the answer to this question is no. Like he ain't on the clock. Like nobody other than Nick is like looking for him to be like, oh man, Donovan Mitchell got to win a championship. I don't think that he's on that tier of player. You look at an Anthony Edwards like that. You look at a SGA before he won like that. You look at a Joker like that, only having one with 4 MVPs. Shit, even being in New York City, you looking at Jalen Brunson like that now. Like, I think there's more expectation and pressure on Jalen Brunson than it is Donovan Mitchell. Really, he got it sweet right now. Donovan Mitchell is cool. Like, as long as the Cavs have a good regular season and maybe get to the second round of the playoffs, they're fine. They don't care.
Donovan Mitchell, good points. Like Donovan Mitchell is almost like the marker, right? Like anybody better than him is probably a superstar.
Yeah.
Anybody worse than him is probably not. Is he on the clock? I it's like Spike said, I don't hear the conversations about Donovan Mitchell. I don't hear, he's like in a similar situation to Dame Lillard in all these years. You never heard Dame has to win. Right? You know what I mean? We all knew how good he was. We all knew the numbers he could put up. We all knew what he meant to the league. But nobody was his legacy wasn't based on whether he was, winning or not. And I feel Donovan Mitchell is in the same place. And if we, Donovan Mitchell's he's interesting, right? Because, he came in as a rookie, beat that Russ PG team, Russ PG Melo team in his rookie year. You know what I mean? He's had 50-point battles with Jamal Murray in the playoffs. He's had some signature playoff moments. But if I look at, positionally, Booker had his finals run. I understand he had Chris Paul, but still he put in work that year. You know what I mean? And Edwards has definitely come in the league after Donovan Mitchell and passed him up. You know what I mean? I'm not even SGA is clear. You know what I mean? SGA is in legacy talks at this point. So it feels like, positionally, a lot of people have come in and passed up Donovan Mitchell. He's had his 70-point games. He's had his, 28, 29-point per game seasons. But there's in among the basketball culture, among us, we're not sitting here saying, yo, Donovan Mitchell needs to win. You know what I mean?
Gotta win.
I feel like if the conversations were going to be had, they probably should have been had a couple years back. But he's kind of settled into, I think all of us know if a team is going to win a championship, Donovan Mitchell probably should be his second best player.
And I agree with you wholeheartedly there, but I do think for his legacy, it is important. I think that everything you said is pretty spot on, but the fact that the number that shooting guard spot is still so wide open as far as how far along you can go, I think it's a chance for him to step up and kind of relive some of that glory that he had early on in those crazy playoff games he had in Utah and some of the stuff he did in the past. He can get there, and they did everything to help him out. You bringing in James Harden, which I don't think that moved the needle, but mainstream does. They think that that's going to make all the difference in the world. Mobley's coming into his own. He has a year more of experience under his belt. Right. You still got Allen. You still got all this talent around him in an East that is widely considered still wide open because a lot of people still don't believe in Detroit because they haven't proven anything yet. So you got a shot right now. You really, really have to prove it, and he's going to be the catalyst this year. And this is the year that he's going to have to make that step. If it doesn't happen for him this year and Detroit goes on and win, you ain't never going to get past Detroit if they win it this year.
The reason you saying to your point, Sean, you said that shooting guard position is wide open. It's becoming like it's not important to have a good shooting guard anymore.
Right.
Like you would rather have a combo guard. You would rather have a straight out point guard, but like having a good shooting guard, that's not important. Having a wing is important. A 3-and-D player is important. It's like shooting guard is becoming like a post player. Like you don't really need. Well, I ain't gonna say you don't need it. It's cool if you got it, but ain't nobody trying to be like it ain't the heyday we remember like with Jordan and Drexler and you got all these great shooting guards in the league. You can think of maybe 5 shooting guards off the top of your head, just pure shooting guards. I ain't talking about Jaylen Brown. I ain't talking about people like that. I'm talking about a Donovan Mitchell. It's like 3 or 4 of those. Him, D Booker, and then name whoever else you want to name.
And that's it. It's them
right.
three.
Yeah, it's them 3. But what would separate him is the championship. And that's like I said, this is a wide open possibility for him. That's why I say it's wide open. He has a chance to separate himself from others by getting to that plateau that most people don't ever see. So he's right there. I mean, he's right there in the midst of doing that. That catapults him above Ant if he can win it all. Because I don't think Ant's gonna get there this year. And it's tougher in the West than it is in the East.
You rating D Mitchell over Ant if D Mitchell win a championship?
If he leads his team to a championship, that'll put him back on top for me. Wow. And that says a lot. But it is technically it's positionless basketball anyway now.
Right.
That's the era we're in. To be honest, I said 2 guard because there's not many that we can think of in that position. So it's kind of like open. That's what I mean by it's open. It's like it's positionless basketball, but he'd be known as a great shooting guard if he wins a championship where nobody expects him to win it. So that's why I say it's important for him to kind of push, and this year's the year. So that's what he's going to need to do.
And another thing about D Mitch, his habit, it seemed like the last 2 or 3 years, he in the playoffs not playing for his team. You know what I mean? He's getting hurt in the playoff series.
Yeah.
Giannis is very much the same. And nobody even calls him out on that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. D Mitch, you right. D Mitch is in a good spot, bro. Like, anything good he do is icing on the cake, and he's not in the position because honestly, last year he should have been in the finals against OKC. They won what they won last year, 65. They won boatload of games last year. You know what I'm saying? And just flamed out, kind of pathetic in the playoffs, if you want to be honest. And there still wasn't any talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I get when he came into the league, there was that new D Wade talk. He had the Ben Simmons Rookie of the Year run, but people really haven't really put that much on him at this point. You know what I mean? If you evaluate his career, it is a little disappointing when you think about it, but I think he's still good.
I think he going back to when he came into the league, he overachieved and caught a lot of people off guard with this run. Because I'm a fan of D Mitch. I like D Mitch, but he has been underperforming as of late, and I do expect more out of him. I think with this team, with what they did last year, with this team now, with Harden having playoff experience, good or bad, mostly bad, they didn't have that last year. They didn't have a guy on that team that really had that sort of playoff experience that Harden is bringing to this team now. And plus, they gained some experience last year as well. But I think D Mitch got to be on the clock, bro. Like, because right now he's in dangerous territory of becoming a name that you guys mentioned. Even though this guy's already accomplished stuff, something people really don't give two fucks about him, and that's Donovan. That's Booker. That's Booker, Devin Booker. Yeah, but. And Devin Booker's been to a final run and he went there, lost, and people forgot all about it. Don't give a damn. Even if he won, I think that people really wouldn't give a damn. But I think this is the year that D Mitch can really, really make a name for himself. He's still one of the best players in the league. But now at this point, man, he's been in the league for a long time. I think he blew a 3-1 lead. You got to show and prove. You got the team, like Shelton said, went out and they got a roster around him. They went and got him some help, and now it's up to him to lead this team to the ECF. It's this year or next year they're going to get rid of him and bring LeBron in for his final year.
They're not getting rid of him.
I think they're going to keep him. I think they're going to keep him.
I disagree. I just don't think Donovan Mitchell moved the needle. Like people really don't care. Like he's not Anthony
though.
Edwards.
He's falling off, bro. When he was in Utah, he was the top. People fuck with Donovan Mitchell.
Them 40-point games, he was smoking it. He was hooping. He was that guy.
His first playoff run was like, well, I don't know if it was his first, but that playoff run, I know what y'all talking about. Yes. However, I don't see him getting any type like people are saying this about Anthony Edwards. He ain't getting no type of media coverage or criticism for what he's done or where he's at. And I think that's going to continue to be that way. It's just, I don't know if it's demeanor. He ain't really like people don't talk about Donovan Mitchell.
Because he's not doing anything though.
That's it.
But see, here's the difference between when he was doing stuff, when he was in Utah, like you said, putting all those games together, he was the talk of the town. People loved him. Highlight reel, like Masito said, the D-Wade talk, like people were looking for that. Yeah. That's why people are so drawn to Ant. Ant's profile raised when he got to the playoffs and he showed out, and he's also has this big personality. So that's always going to help accentuate him a little bit more. But if D-Mitch get to the playoffs and get all the way to the ECF and he balls out doing it, I think he'll be on the radar more.
Yeah.
Then you're right. He will have those expectations. I don't think now that he has those expectations, people really just look at him like, okay, he's a good player. Like it ain't really nothing interesting there. It ain't really nothing like thought provoking or media moving. Like people criticize Trae Young more than they criticize Donovan Mitchell.
So you said
Trae Young get more attention than that.
You saying Coco more important than he is?
Oh, absolutely. That's the most important thing. Let's be clear.
But here's the thing with Trae Young. Trae Young has showmanship, though. Trae Young, when he was in Atlanta, bro, he even losing, he gonna shimmy, he gonna do all this shit or whatever. There's a showmanship to it.
It was more
need that for us to care.
When it was
don't have that either.
Yeah, I was going to say when they were going against each other and they both was on fire like that. That's when we looked to them like, okay, they next up. And you were looking for them to do that. Like we said, Ant did surpass that. And Ant's more talented. I'm not saying he's more talented than Ant. I'm just saying that Ant took a lot away from him and Booker. So everybody's looking at Ant more so than Booker or Mitchell because they feel like they can't get over the hump. They can't lead the team over the hump, but they feel like Ant still can. He's going to be the saving grace. So that kind of hurts them. But if they can get past, like I said, if he can get, I would say for them, Eastern Conference Finals at least. If he can get to the finals, that's going to speak volumes. But I don't. And once again, I'm not saying that's going to happen because I don't think so whatsoever. But if they can, then that's gonna elevate his star even more so.
I agree with y'all.
Yeah, I think he need to get to the finals to really make a dent for people to really come into next season talking about Donovan Mitchell. You know what I mean? Like one of them guys. He got to make the finals. Of the newer generation, like you mentioned, Book made the finals, Luka made the finals, Shea won the finals. Like, there's a lot of people in his generation that have accolade and accomplishment-wise completely passed him up. As far as his notoriety, it's not lost on me that he went from Utah to Cleveland, like super small market to super small market. You feel what I'm saying? So he has, if he was a Knick, if he was with Miami, you know what I mean? Maybe people would be talking a little bit different about him, you know what I mean? But he's been able to hide under the radar. But if he really want to make that mark, because like you say, Book made the finals and put in work on the way to the finals, you know what I mean? And it's still in that, that baby mode where we're not mad at him yet. You know what I mean? He's 2012 KD. He's 2007 Braun. Like, he's such a young player that we just waiting for that breakthrough moment. And I got a couple more years. We going to be on him as well. You know what I mean? Especially since he's already, like you mentioned with D-Mitch. D-Mitch was so good so early and put in work so early that it's like, what happened? Ant is kind of in that position now if he got a couple more years and he don't make a finals.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that if they don't do anything this year, first of all, even in the second year, Shelton still don't believe in the Cavs. Remember last year how long it took for mainstream media, and I don't follow them like that.
Yeah.
But it took them forever. It took us forever to actually start paying attention to the Cavs, and they were smoking everybody.
Everybody.
Mhm.
I think
Nobody
I think
believed in him.
that tie back to D Mitch. Like people look at him like, hell yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I got to see it first, buddy. I think
and
that's why people don't believe in the Cavs. And it was Darius Garland a little bit too. That backcourt
was huge.
they had was they had a small backcourt. And people knew in the playoffs that wasn't going to work. Now, to y'all point of what y'all saying, him needing to make a run. I think there are some expectations though, since Harden is in the backcourt with him. They're like, okay, let's see what you can do now. But I still don't think that there's pressure though. Like that people want to see, they're interested, but it ain't no pressure. Like if he don't win, people gonna be like, oh yeah, that's about what I expected.
Nah, hell no. He needs pressure, bro. He been getting away with this shit too long.
Yeah.
He like that dude. He like Clyde Drexler. He like people.
Hey, no Clyde Drexler disrespect, bro. Stop.
He like Clyde.
How dare
like
you?
Steve Smith or like Mitch Richmond. It's like, all right, it's all right, you don't win. It's cool.
Hey, the Cavs won, by the way. They beat the Pistons tonight, so that's 1-0 at least.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good W.
What was the final score? It was a 1 point. It was 104, 103 when I last checked.
113, 109.
Oh, eked out a close one. Okay.